Hello everyone, my name is Claudio Mazzoni and I'll be showcasing my portfolio picker prototype. As a programmer, reusability is important, and until I took this course, I believed Excel had very little of that. This project was designed with this renewed interest in mind. My project relies on a VBA backend, implementing the various techniques and tools that we learn here in this lecture. For the purpose of this video, I will toggle between talking about my code and its interaction with Excel's various features. I will also show how this prototype can be reused on other time series such as gold prices or treasury prices. This is an exciting project as we conclude this lesson using mostly of the things that we have worked on with VBA. VBA is very powerful and is used across all of Excel and also Word and Office, and it's super powerful. And I will showcase some of that usability here. The dashboard itself is relatively simple. As you can see, I have the list of indexes, and I can select either the Dow Jones Industrial Average or the S&P 500. We see the size of this list, as well as we can see here it being displayed in a format that is something we learn in class. Here I'm using the offset function with this bar object to scroll to a hidden sheet that has the index that we selected. As you can see, we can view the company ticker, the name, and the sector, as well as selecting, and we're gonna get into that in a second. For the time being, let's just look at the portfolio. This is where we're gonna have our stocks being populated, as well as some technical indicators. As you can see, if we were to decide to go for the Dow Jones, all we have to do is double click here and boom, we see that the code within the sheet changed the table that we're using, and now we're using the Dow Jones table. If we're going to look at the code, one second, Visual Basic. The code is actually on the sheet. It's not on a separate module. That makes it dynamic in the sense that before double clicking, we will trigger the code itself. Now there are conditions here, and I don't want to get too into detail, but these conditions call the specific task that we want. When we double click on that cell, what we are doing is that we're telling Excel that we want the sheet to provide the list for the Dow Jones. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to select the S&P 500. We see the list here in alphabetical order, and right now we're going to select Apple. We want to see the Apple stocks and how are they doing. One thing I forgot to mention, our stock is going to display up to the day in which we get the price from, all the way back to the past 5 years. This is a condition that I wrote myself. I feel like 5 years of data is enough to make decisions on whether or not we want to create a portfolio based on its performance. So as you can see here in the last day, we already selected May 18, 2017. And now for us to trigger the code that will extract the data from Yahoo Finance, we just double click on the column here on the cell that is parallel to the Apple ticker. When we do that, boom. As you can see, we extracted the data from Yahoo Finance, and it's being showcased here as a line chart. We have the actual data on a hidden sheet, but seeing numbers on a column is not as appealing or easy to make decisions on than having a line chart like this. I also in the code added a feature that creates buttons. These buttons have a function similar to slicers in the sense that they allow me to get the data that like slice the time series. So now we're doing year to date, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, and we can see the progress of the portfolio of the stock in each time. So the most closest that we have is 3 months. Anyways, so to add some stocks to our portfolio, all we have to do, oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Right here we see the technical indicators, we see the volume as it's currently trading, the lowest price, the highest price of the month, as well as the difference, and the current stock price. Uh, let's add some Apple stocks, shall we? Double clicking here, now we have two Apple stocks. Let's get a Google stock, since we are going for some companies that are information technology companies. Google should be in the G, so we're using our bar object. Too far. There you go, Google. We're extracting the data and we're adding one here. As you can see, our portfolio right now, it's being valued at the adding of these numbers, and it's trending negatively in 1 month. It actually has gone down. We purchased this stock in a month back. You have gone down 0.62% today. Let's look at the code real quick. And the code here is get data. Right now, for the purpose of this video, I'm using a CSV file extractor. Unfortunately, the website is down and I cannot get data live, but I hope it's going to be fixed soon. And when that happens, I will absolutely just uncomment this and for you to get live data from the web. Of course, this code will be provided in my presentation. Okay, let's go back. Let's grab some Goldman Sachs stock. So that would be GS. So let's get some Goldman Sachs stock. Okay, looks good. We have a lot of it, just for good old time's sake. Okay, now let's grab some progressive stock. Progressive stocks. PGR. Same thing is happening. Now that we have a portfolio, which by the way I forgot to mention, it doesn't add the values in it, but it's just something that I decided not to do. I just wanted to show like visually how much of which do we have in our portfolio table. Let's run the analysis, shall we? Boom. This analysis here shows us our portfolio value, our portfolio composition. We have a lot of financial stocks, not much healthcare, but some information technology and consumer dictionary. This is in terms of money. So most of our money is invested on financial companies. We might want to diversify that. To be more specific, most of our stocks is Goldman Sachs stocks. Over 50% of our stocks is Goldman Sachs. And then last but not least, like really goal seek. Goal seek analysis, it's something that we learn in class, but I'm not using VBA with it. Just to go relatively quickly, let me just go to the code. Actually, you can do this by just doing this. Assign macro, edit. This right here is a goal seek function as it will be viewed through VBA. Let's run this, shall we? So we see that in roughly 1600, well, in a bunch of days, in a lot of, like in a while, it's going to take a while, but our stock is going to we're going to go bankrupt. So we definitely want to get out of here, not invest in this portfolio. This concludes my presentation. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.